In the most recent episodes, Willow Cain has been caught in a swirling emotional storm, and much of it involves Drew Cain. Their relationship is in a tense, fragile state. No longer the romantic ideal it once was, but still deeply complicated and unresolved. Willow has been struggling to balance her feelings for Drew with her own sense of self-worth, especially as his behavior has grown increasingly distant and conflicted. There's an emotional exhaustion in Willow's recent scenes. She wants connection and clarity, but feels stuck in a cycle of miscommunication and unmet needs. Instead of fiery outbursts, Willow's portrayal has been more subtle. Silent, hurt, hesitant dialogue, and moments where she steals her emotions just enough to appear composed even when she's crumbling inside. Drew's presence in Willow's life has been like a revolving door lately. He appears offering hope or reassurance 1 minute and then withdraws the next, leaving Willow to pick up the pieces. He's been evasive about his feelings, and that ambiguity has only compounded Willow's frustration. Drew's journey over the past few episodes has been marked by a profound internal conflict. He clearly cares for Willow, but he's also weighed down by guilt, unresolved guilt over past actions, and an inability to express his emotions in a straightforward way. This has left Willow feeling unseen and unheard, even when she's right in front of him pleading for emotional honesty. The tension between them isn't driven by explosive fights so much as long silences, half-spoken worries, and little moments that crack under emotional pressure. A major theme in their storyline recently has been trust. Not just whether Willow trusts Drew, but whether Drew can trust himself to be vulnerable without retreating. Willow has attempted to confront Drew about his unpredictability, and in those conversations, you can see her on the brink of surrendering, either surrendering to love or surrendering to disillusionment. She's torn between wanting to fight for what they had and recognizing that she deserves more consistency than Drew has been able to provide. Her frustration boils beneath the surface, expressed through tense pauses, clipped statements, and eyes that widen with hurt before she steals them again. It's clear that Willow's emotional armor is thinner now than it used to be, and each interaction with Drew chips away at her optimism just a little more. For his part, Drew has been portrayed as a man in quiet turmoil. He isn't lying or being manipulative on purpose. He simply doesn't know how to confront his own emotional limitations. When Willow asks him direct questions about the future, he often changes the subject or deflects, not because he doesn't love her, but because he fears whatever answer he might give won't be enough. This has created a cycle where Willow pushes for clarity and Drew shuts down, which only amplifies Willow's sense of isolation. The emotional gulf between them has grown not through dramatic betrayal, but through the slow erosion of shared hope and mutual vulnerability. What makes this dynamic particularly compelling in recent episodes is how the writers and actors have chosen to handle it with a softer, more realistic emotional language. Instead of shouting or dramatic confrontations, the tension builds in subtle gestures. A hand not reaching out when needed, a word left unsaid, a glance that could mean hope or hesitation. Willow's moments alone after awkward or unresolved interactions with Drew reveal her inner conflict most clearly. She oscillates between remembering the good parts of their relationship and grappling with the pain of the present disconnect. There's a weary resilience about her now, as if she's psychologically bracing herself for what comes next, even as she truly hopes it can still work out. As for Drew, his storyline reflects a man who loves deeply, but is terrified of hurting the person he loves the most. He often tries to protect Willow from the darker parts of his past and his fear of failing her, but in doing so, he inadvertently distances himself. You can see in his eyes, and in the way Caitlin McMullen's Willow reacts, that these interactions carry emotional weight far heavier than the dialogue suggests. Each scene is like an ebbing tide of hope and fear, underscored by two people who want to connect, but are thwarted by their own psychological barriers. Overall, Willow and Drew's storyline in the latest General Hospital episodes isn't defined by melodrama so much as by emotional complexity. Their connection is real, their history is meaningful, but the present moment is one of uncertainty and introspection. Willow is learning that love sometimes means confronting uncomfortable truths, and Drew is grappling with whether he can meet those truths with courage and honesty. The tension between them feels like a delicate balance between holding on and letting go. And for now, the audience watches as that balance teeters with every soft-spoken conversation and lingering look.